Jeb Bush demonstrates the importance of really listening carefully to every question. So here's what happened. The other day, Jeb Bush was on Fox News Channel's program with Megyn Kelly, extraordinarily high-rated program, and he was asked the following question. Knowing what we know now about Iraq, would you have authorized the invasion? That's what Megyn Kelly asked him. Here's his response. I would have. So would have Hillary Clinton, just to remind everybody, and so would have almost everybody that was confronted with the intelligence they got. Here's the problem. This ignited a firestorm of people saying, oh my gosh, he's as bad as his brother. He would have gotten us into the war. He hasn't learned anything. Now, he later, plus a number of people heard him answer that and said, he didn't hear the question properly. And in fact, the very next day, Bush did put out through intermediaries that he in fact had not understood the question. And he said so on the record as well, that he had not understood the question. And some commentators have pointed out, like Jon Stewart, the way he answered the question is as if someone said, knowing what we know now, would you have booked a ticket on the Titanic? Yes. Well, no, obviously, knowing what we know now, you wouldn't board the Titanic. And many people feel the situation in Iraq is exactly the same. Here's what happened, and let me give a little credit to Jeb Bush. I think normally he comes across as intelligent, as rational, as a linear thinker, and is quite competent in media interviews. But I think what happened is he simply heard topic, Iraq, and he went into this defensive posture of a canned response. He didn't really listen to every aspect, every word of the question, and that gets you into trouble. Part of being a real media master is, of course, you go into the interview with certain canned thought responses, planned messages that you know you want to get out. But once you're in the interview, you have to really look at that reporter, truly listen to every single word in their question. You have to be in the moment. You have to be, I know this sounds kind of new agey, you have to be present. You can't be thinking about, oh, they said this, so let me go to my jukebox AC, B3, D2. You have to really listen and give them a response that, of course, makes you look good and promotes your view, but also satisfies the reporter, satisfies the audience, so everybody feels like they win, and you don't end up looking like a fool. That's the real challenge. Now, the good news for Jeb Bush is this was not some sort of fatal disaster. This is not the equivalent of Sarah Palin when asked, what newspapers do you read, saying, all of them. It's certainly not the equivalent of a Rick Perry forgetting on national TV what agencies he wants to cut from the federal government. So it's a learning moment for Jeb Bush. I don't think you can count him out based on this interview performance, but it is a stark reminder for all the candidates. You've got to learn on the campaign trail, and you really, really have to listen to exactly what reporters are asking.